Communication, the human connection, is the key to personal and career success. A very good evening from India. I, Supriya Kumaravelan, welcome you on IIU speaking. And today, my topic is Art of Connection. And before I take a deep dive in my learning journey with you all, let me heartfelt thanks to Mr. Piyush Pandit and International Internship University for giving me this golden opportunity to share with you all. My topic today, as you know, art of connection, means connection, connecting with people. As we all know that we are trainers, coaches, mentors, and here is the important thing: to connect with your audience. And I think this is the best thing. If a trainer can do it, then he is a king. And it is also one of the best challenges that a trainer or a coach or a mentor faces when connecting with the audience. In this journey, we will see what can be done, what are the challenges, and how we should take to our audience to our next level. So let's start our journey ahead. Audience. When we say our audience is our God, when we are talking about an audience, it means he or she is everything to us. He is the spectator. He is the person who will give you the feedback. He is the person who will connect you personally and professionally. So, knowing your target audience is the best thing in this world. Now, let me ask you a question. You all are over here a trainer, a coach, a mentor. And we are continuously striving to get connected. That connection can be anything, whether it is personally, face-to-face, online, or offline. And taking care of your target audience is the must for every trainer. Now, like how you all are watching me live, and it's my duty to connect with you all. And the connection is an art where we call the art of connection to your audience. Well, when we are talking about this major thing, what do you mean by connecting with the audience? What we exactly mean? And we can say only and only one thing. If a trainer, coach, mentor doesn't know how to connect heart to heart through his audience, he is not a correct coach. When we are talking about offline sessions, or you can say an online, if suppose I am speaking, but if my audience is not at all interested to listen, to pay me attention, to pay my attention to my content and to my knowledge, then that knowledge is of no value and it is of utmost waste. In this journey, we are going to highlight on key major strength areas. How can we improve? And that's the goal of a correct audience or a correct people, you can say. An audience means what? That's the journey. That's the connectivity of all of us. Now, three important things which we should never ever ignore. Yes, and that is three needs. You can say the three musketeers. Whatever you are, whether you are conducting an online session or an offline session, challenges are same everywhere. Trust me, folks, everywhere. You can't say, I did find any challenges while connecting to my audience online. And even I can say, I didn't find any challenges while conducting any session virtually. So the challenges are the same. Now, what shall we do for taking care of these challenges? The first prerequisite or important point is find out what your audience wants. For an example, I can give, if you don't know your gaps, is it possible to fill those gaps and to know your weak areas and to work upon it? Not at all. Similarly, what your audience wants, that is the basic base of connecting to your audience. So before you conduct any session, any masterclass, any coaching program, you should know what is the requirement, what is the need, what is the wants of your audience. If you have done this thing, researched it very well, then I am sure you are going to hit your coaching program in a very wonderful manner. Now, how to know what they want? You can simply ask in a Google form, or you can ask generally, which we talk in a group chat, or even you can done through email automation. So that's the basic question which every coach or a mentor should focus. Your wants, and your audience wants. Next, when we are talking about a thing which is really, really important, is your audience reactions. And that is where most of the coaches are not paying attention. Suppose we are conducting an offline session, and if a speaker is not able to see the reactions of his or her audience, then he is in a great pain. If by the body language you can judge your audience is feeling sleepy or your audience is feeling happy, that mood should be your first move. Try to engage some humor or start your speech with some proverbs, opening lines, because the starting is the most important thing which will bind your audience till last. And if I am talking about my this speech, which can say only one thing, building a rapport, establish your credibility, and that will decide the success of any speaker, any coach, or mentor. Now, let me ask you one question. If a speaker is doing a lot of sessions, but in a way he cannot build a single rapport with his audience, do you think that speaker can be a successful speaker? No, not at all. Maybe one single show or two or maximum two he can run. But slowly, the amount, or you can say the quantity of your speaker will get lessened day by day. And here we talk about the quality, not the quantity. So if you really want to build rapport with your client, with your speaker, with your people, you need to establish your credibility. We can say a brand image. There are so many speakers in the market, but why few of them are successful today? First, because of the rapport they have created with the audience, their connection. And when I am talking about credibility, this credibility will never, ever, or not become established in one day. This will create a lot of, you can say, a bundle of spheres. That is, you can say, a measure of your believability based on how reliable you are. And when I am talking about credibility, because I am focusing only and only on credibility, then that accounts your honesty. Honesty is the best policy we all know, but how many of us really follow when we are connecting with our audience? Most of the program I have seen training need analysis when we say before training what you are and after training what you will be. If that promise thing is not correct, I think your honesty can turn into dishonesty. Means what you are promising to your audience, that should be fulfilled. If you are saying 3x or 10x changes are going to come in your personality, or suppose if I am throwing a coaching program of public speaking and I'm promising that 10x changes will come in my audience, in my coaches. And if I didn't bring even 1% of changes, my credibility will lose my audience in my next program. The success of my program depends upon the credibility of my starting program, and that is based on my honesty, my promises. We promise so many things in so many public speaking, or we can say for generation of leads, for generation of audience, that we will give you blah, 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 blah. But how many promises we really keep? I think people start losing their interest if you miss one. Punctuality. When we are saying promises, promises should be kept with the right punctuality. If you are keeping your promises, if you're doing your promises after a week, which you had promised on the first day, I think that credibility, that branding image, you are going to lose it soon. So what I can say, based on your credibility, honesty, objectivity, you can connect to your audience. Now my question comes, awareness of audience needs, which I am emphasizing again and again. Your audience needs measures a lot. Your audience requirement measures a lot. And that is the building rapport, key success, key point to your audience. Your credentials, knowledge, expertise that I have taken in a long run. Yeah, it does matter. Your credentials, your knowledge, your expertise. If my knowledge is not fruitful, if my knowledge is not able to transform those changes in my audience, my next ticket is not going to get a good sale. Maybe my first offer can be a lucrative one. My first coaching program will be a hit. But if these things I am not doing, I think I cannot make a stand again. So when we are talking about connection with the audience, you can see how important it is to deal with your honesty, to deal with your objectivity, to deal with their awareness of audience, and to deal with the credentials of knowledge and expertise. Now, when we talk about endorsements, these endorsements are very, very important. Which endorsements which we are dealing with a coaching program, that has to be highlighted. That really has to be highlighted in such a grand manner that it has to be in a perfect, fruitful manner for the audience. And of course, every coaching program, you can say a great show, a hit show, where you are talking about your performance. If a coach is not able to perform his speech, his coaching programs, credibility, then that performance will be a black spot in his career. And of course, if I move forward, it should be the confidence. The confidence which he or she is taking up with the audience, that is the guiding connectivity, that is the guiding connections of a coach, of a success of a coach, you can say. And of course, how can I forget the communication style? What is your communication style and how much you understand your audience communication style? If you are a master in knowing what an audience needs, what is his communication style, and even you can add what is his leadership style, you can do wonders. And that wonders is not going to miss it out if you have skipped one. And of course, if we talk about the sincerity, with what sincerity, with what gratitude you are taking your coaching, your public speaking, your sincerity, or even your credibility. These all things matters to connection. And connection. For connecting to your audience, there is no successful mantra. For connecting to people, people can say it's a born acquired etiquettes, born acquired talents, but we do have, everybody's having that born acquired talents. But how many of us really, really work hard and take this in a proper form? And if we come to know about this proper form, like honesty, objectivity, awareness, audience needs, credentials, knowledge, expertise, endorsements, then those communication styles or sincerity will never ever go out of the fashion. So, establish your credibility, take care of all these points, and build a good rapport with the audience. Moving. Now, so many people have called me and asked continuously, what do you see? What do you think? And what do you feel? Now, there is a question of what do you respond? There is a great difference between respond, reaction to your audience. Your audience is the main key source where you can respond to what you see rather than what you react. There is a wide difference. Now, people can ask reaction and response, how we should do it. I remember one of the coaching program where a coach has been asked a question by her coach, her audience, and he suddenly reacted instead of responding. I mean, your audience is much more smarter than you, what you think. So, many speakers I have seen, they are very, very self-focused when they are on the stage. If I'm talking about the stage, you need not to be a self-focused, rather, you need to be audience-focused. You know, there are some people, there are some speaker, they will walk and they will see themselves, how they're working, their working style is good, how they're speaking, their speaking style is good. And in this thing, they will miss their audience. That is the point where we all have to take care, and we all have to take care of the stage participants. So leave about your self-focused and look at the people a bit longer. A bit longer means you can say a good, respected way, a long way. And that comes your audience needs, your audience desires, and your audience what exactly want. And of course, smile and have fun and humor never ever go out of fashion. So please take care. You're starting your coaching programs, your public speaking, and your even master classes should be a combination of smile, fun. And you have to be a little bit personal. You, if you don't know, if you don't know how to call your audience with their names, I know if the gathering is a small gathering, and if you know the name of any audience, it's great to connect, isn't it? When you have been called by your personal name, you feel connected with that person. Hope I am connecting these dots to you. And refer to what they already know. Don't create a new inventions or discoveries in your talking. Rather than you should walk towards your audience, refer to what they already know, because increasing the knowledge, it's just like multiplying the knowledge. And when you talk about any topic which your audience doesn't know or don't have any interest, then you cannot win that battle. And then your battle is public speaking, masterclass, or any coaching program. And of course, motivation we're talking about. Try to motivate your people. If you have been asked any question, try to answer it, motivate them. It's not like that somebody has put up you any question and you start demotivating your audience. That is the point where you will lose your audience in a fraction of a second. And maybe the next ticket sale will be a question mark for your brand. Tell a story. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and all the coaches who are watchers, mentors, trainers, storytelling is really a great start to connect to the audience. Why? If we see the psychology, you can't find your audience just by speaking loud, loud, loud. You have to connect to your own story. For example, if you are talking about building confidence, you should give your own personal story of confidence. How I lost or I made up my confidence when I was struggling to get good marks in my high school. That was the day when people used to call me a average student, a mediocre student. My confidence boosted. You have to create those kind of interest, those kind of interest in your voices, in your modulations, in your pitch, volume, bass, when you speak. And that is called the storytelling, storytelling. You should make your audience visualize it. You should not only speak a story, you should make your audience visualize those stories. And that's the point of connecting to your audience. When you tell a story, people will start imagining those once upon a time when I was in my high school. People will start imagining. Yes, there was a time when you were in high school. And that is the best credibility, best connectivity to your audience. So these are the points where we should not miss anything. Because these are the small things, but a small hole can sink the full big ship. And you should not forget that. So take care of all these nitty-gritty things, make your audience connected, run your coaching program well, do thousands of lives of masterclasses, and get for the high ticket segment. Now, engage the audience, get them interested, give them a reason to listen. But how? This is one of the challenges all the coaches or trainers faces. We have to develop strategic benefits. Always remember, benefits are a part of your selling your ticket, engaging to your audience, connecting to your audience. That is, you offer what your offer is and what is their needs. Your offer and their needs, if these two things match, then there is no doubt where you cannot connect to the people. As I said, describe a scene or a character, you can start, describe a story, you can talk, share a personal experience, that matters a lot. When you are talking to a person about personal experience, mark my words, personal experience, then that person will automatically connect with you. Because it's a human psychology. You are connecting to a people personally. And when we are talking about a people personally, then you can connect very, very easily. And of course, when we are taking into previous speakers' remarks or thing, then this is also a great thing. Or you can say, point out something important about the audience or the current setting. When you are doing this thing continuously, important about the audience or the current settings, automatically that bonding creates, the feeling creates, and you can engage with the people automatically. So just take care of these developing strategic benefits where your offer and your needs should be balanced in a performance-based analysis. And here I am talking about not your audience performance. Here I am talking about your performance, a coach performance, a trainer performance, where he is going to take this journey forward. Now, as we all know that last 2 years, it is just like a virtual learning environment. And still, because of that, those virtual environment, we are still in those era and we are still connecting people globally. You can see we have been connected now also on this platform of International Internship University, where we are sharing knowledge globally through virtual media. Virtual learning environment where people engagement is really, really a tough challenge for so many people. It's tough, but it's not impossible. And that can be done by moving our journey ahead. When we are talking about virtual environment, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit tricky. It's a little bit challenging because you don't know how to engage now these audience who can sometimes they will switch off their camera and you don't know how to make them switch off. So that's the biggest challenge where every coach is facing, and we have to know some tricks, some points. So let's see. Exactly, this is what I mean. When you are throwing a virtual event, of course, talk to your audience before you throw any virtual event. What exactly they want in this particular event. Now, I am seeing on social media a lot and thousands of social meetings are there, and some things are really long. And when it is long, you have to keep virtual events very, very short, very, very short. And when we are talking about, it has to be a unique form. It has to be in a very unique form that people should love it. People should engage it. People should like it. And people should not say no to your virtual events. That can take place in a lot of tricks and a lot of tools and a lot of techniques. Whenever we are doing, that's starting. And you can also take care of the online poll in the sense where you can know what exactly your audience wants, needs, desires, and you can say the Google forms, which we always conduct, what they wanted to know, their information is all about. So it's like about the technical tools which you can take care of online polling, or even you can take of the activities like Mentimeter, Kahoot. There are so many things. Google Hangouts are there. Even you can utilize your Zoom chat into a great engaging tool. Yeah, you can. But that you have to take care of your creativity. How much creative you are to pull that person in your engaging, you can say, in your events, whatever you're doing, or whatever you're speaking. And virtual events, trust me, both needs diversity. And diversity, when we talk about, it has to be integrated. So diversity, integrity can be a good mixture for your virtual events to go on and on. And trust me, if you are taking care of all these things, keeping virtual events short, unique, specific activities, and diversity online polling, you can do wonders in your life. And engagement with your people, audience connection will be so very easy for a coach to take his journey forward. And if I am talking about this, then never ever lose this. Because virtual, when we are talking, and it's just like calling a person on your birthday party, but you have not given the correct address or platform or format. So that can be the spoil spot for your virtual connection with your audience. So you have to decide the platform and the format which an audience and a host should know it better and in a user friendly. Like so many people, when I did the survey, they said Zoom, they are so much comfortable in compared to other platforms. So take care where people are comfortable, where your audience is comfortable, and how to create marketing your audience demands. That is again the trick where you can engage your audience. Set expectations, because expectations meets the desires of your virtual program. Create an excitement. It should be exciting, thrilled, and put their people surprises. There are so many surprises I'm seeing in all the virtual events where the people get a free ebook or free e-pass, and they love to come to your events. Of course, creativities and activities plays a great important role where you have to take continuously participation. Of course, attendees a break. A break is very necessary when you are hosting a big coaching program or a masterclass. So keep the conversation going with the virtual MC and use user-generated content marketing. Your content is a king. If your content is boring, you can't bind them, you can't connect them. So take care of the content marketing, generation, automation, and fill with new updated technology. So that is going to make a hit show or a flop show. And it depends totally on how you connect to your audience. By taking care, you can make a note, you can take everything because small things does matter a lot. And I hope this journey of connecting your audience with your heart does matter a lot, because connecting is not, you can say, a spoon feeding or just a one-day show. You have to connect to the heart, to your soul, to get your audience be whole to you, and you can run the show in a very fantastic manner. Thank you so much. Hope I have given judgment to this talk. Take care. Good night.